Good evening, YouTube. Alright, I'm gonna wait till I get some people. I hope everybody's... So far, my day, let me tell you, I started doing Uber Eats around, I want to say around 1-ish, and so far I did 7 deliveries with Uber Eats, and okay, you know, Sunday is a very busy time to do Instacart, so you should start making some videos about your experience. You know, I like to see it. I like to know. You know, sometimes you get a new perspective, especially when people who first, ooh, it's so sunny, god dang. Especially when it's when you're new and you just started out for the first time. It's a great way to kind of share your experience. You know, I can't really see any, I mean, I can see your messages, but the sun is so shiny, so it's gonna hard for me to read it right away. So I'll read the comments once I get to the Grubhub delivery. But so far, like I said, I've had 7 deliveries with, okay, fool, what are you about to do? So far, I've had 7 Uber Eats delivery, and I managed to get $4 in tips. And it's kind of confusing because it says tips $6 or something, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to I think there's an issue going on with Uber Eats, or I think it's going on something with their tip option, because it's kind of like, okay, this thing says $6, and then when I go on to the pay summary, it says like $4 adjustment, $2 or something. I don't know. I have to look at it again. But so far, I'm like, Uber Eats, let me tell you, I pretty much stayed in the area where I lived, and it was basically like Snellville area, and it was pretty steady. And then it took me out of the loop, and I ended up going to drop off orders in Stone Mountain and Lithonia. Now, it's not far from those particular areas, but you know, the last delivery I did, it was a double batch order from this soul food restaurant off of 78, and took me one location, dropped it off, and it was like going towards my house, and then the other one was like Lithonia, which was like further, you know, a good 3 miles down the street from my house or whatever. And I said, you know what, these 2 double batch orders, it better give me a good payout. So it was pretty decent in regards to the tip that was left. I don't know if it came from the bigger order or it came from one of the other women, but it was a couple of people who stated that they was gonna, oh, I always tip on the app, and I don't see it. You know, I know I got 1 tip, but if somebody else said they left a tip, then I should be seeing 2 tips for the day. So I'm gonna check back later on and see what's going on with this Uber Eats and these tipping situations. So I managed to pick up 2 hours block with Grubhub from 6 to 8, and I went back home temporarily because one, I ended up I had to get something to eat, but I stopped by McDonald's, and I ended up getting a free meal at McDonald's because I went in there to get the manager's name over that incident that happened last week with that nasty, rude girl. When I went in there, and then there was other manager. She said she just came back after a week, and I was trying to describe who this person was, and people were like, I don't know who that is, and they were all confused, and then they figured out who it was. It was some girl named Dominique, but they said that she got fired last week. She got fired, so pretty much she wasn't there that long. And I told them anyway, because I told them what happened. I told them how she was giving, people were there who were not on the clock, and they were getting free food, and how they were using, the code and giving, punching in the code to get free food, and they're not even paying customers who are paying money for their order, but they too busy focusing on people who's off duty, bringing in family members, getting free food at McDonald's, and you sitting there waiting for your order. And then if I'm doing Uber Eats, they too busy playing around. But she said she was going to speak to the general manager, because it's a franchise. So she said she's going to bring that to her attention, and they've been having problems. They've been having problems in terms of getting people to work and scheduling people and things like that. So I'm not surprised, especially at McDonald's, So I'm on my way to pick up an order with Grubhub, and I have a double batch order, and I think the payout was, let me see, $6 plus the tips. It's not I don't know, I can't remember what it was, but I want to say the payout was over $10. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Well, I just know that usually when it's two double batch orders and coming from the same restaurant, and this is like a Indian kind of restaurant or whatever, it tends not to be far, so that's a good thing. I should have started out in Decatur, or in the area, North True Hills, Decatur area, from the get-go, but I said, you know what, I'm gonna go home, turn on the Grubhub app, and see where the orders will take me. So it ended up taking me down the road. So by the time I pick up these two orders, drop it off, let me see, what time is it now? It is 7-11. I'll be finished before 11 o'clock by the time I drop these orders off, and then I may get one more order. Or if it's a good order and I get some good batches, I may just keep working Grubhub and see if I could make more than the guarantee, which is $20. And then I'll turn on Uber Eats and see what kind of orders I'll get for Uber Eats. But let me tell you, I don't understand it. I understand it. Seven orders that I picked up all day, and I'm only at $38. I mean, that's just like an insult. And I'm really starting to think that they need to change in terms of people tipping. A couple of people I had to downright say, I appreciate the tip, gas ain't free, because I just spent almost $40 in gas to fill up my tank. Gas jumped up to $2.75. Last week it was like $2.11. It only cost me about $30-something just to fill up my tank, almost. But $40-something? I'm not. I know it's because of the hurricane and stuff with the main that's why I wanted to stay local around the house. But let me tell you, you thinking when you're driving around the house, you're not driving a lot of miles, but it's like you're still using a lot of gas, because when you're driving on within the city streets, you know, that's stop and go, and you know, you use a lot of gas doing that. So I'm gonna try to work up until about, let me see, maybe up until 10 o'clock is usually my cutoff point in regards to food deliveries. At, you know, 10 o'clock, that's it. And hopefully between, I'll get a couple more orders with Grubhub, and maybe I'll make close to about 80 bucks, maybe 100, I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Alright, let me go ahead and update. See how I'm almost at the restaurant, so I'll be there. I'll be back in a minute. Who else is on here? Dorian, doing your thing. Oh, I can't see. I read your question. When do I have to look? I can't see it. God dang it. I'll answer your question, Avon, in a minute. Let me go ahead and get this other order when I can stop. I'll read your question, see what you're saying. I can't see it. I can see it, but it's too small and it's hard to drive and look at the questions in the chat at the same time. But I'll answer your question in a minute. So let me go ahead and make sure I get to this restaurant. Come on, people, move the hell out the way. Avon, you back? Ugh. I thought I was gonna answer your question too. Now tomorrow, well, if Avon, if you come back about the question about the Instacart and when you will see your guarantee,
turn right, then turn right.
You will see your pay tomorrow. You'll see how much you've made from the previous week. You'll see your pay tomorrow. And then
turn
like
right.
I said, everything with Instacart in regards to how much you actually made and how much they're going to pay you, you know, regarding the guarantee pay and them calculating how much they owe you. The difference is always calculated at the end of the week, which will be after Sunday. So on Monday, that's when they're gonna do it. Now, I'm gonna tell you, with Instacart, they a bunch of sneaky bastards, because
turn left,
you have to
then turn left.
An acceptance rate of 85% to accept orders, and they have a big habit of letting people sign on for 60 hours a week, and then when Sunday come, they will say you miss orders on this day, or you had your acceptance rate dropped below the percentage. So all those hours that you put in with Instacart, you thinking, okay, I work 60 hours and they supposed to guarantee you $10 an hour. Okay, all these people need to get the hell out the way. You know, you work 60 hours with Instacart, and then at the end of the week on Sunday, they'll come back and say that you did not fulfill the requirement of the guarantee, and all those 60 hours you worked goes down the drain, and you only get paid what you actually had earned in regards to delivery fees and tips. So say for instance you did $100 of deliveries, which includes the tips, but you work 60 hours and they owe you $500 of the guarantee. If you fall within any matrix of that guarantee, you won't get it. So you really have to make sure with Instacart that you constantly monitor your acceptance rate and your app, because one thing I hate about Instacart, and so many ways I'm so glad that I'm not doing it anymore, but I just don't like people to be liars. I don't like liars. I don't like companies who wants to bamboozle, use you. You know, you end up putting 1,000 miles or 700 miles a week on your car, and they driving you. Okay, people, move the fuck out the way. Why people want to walk so fucking slow? All for some nasty ass Chinese food and some nasty ass wings or whatever the hell they walking blindly on. Just walking across the street like they ain't got no purpose. Dang. They ain't got no fucking sense of purpose when they walking across the street. So, let me see your question. When do I see my guarantee on the app from yesterday? From yesterday? I don't know. You should have seen it at the end of the, you should see it every day at the end of the following day. But to really gauge that, you don't really want to look at what you did yesterday or previously. Look at the end of the week. The pay, they calculate your pay. So tomorrow on Monday, they will calculate what you've done from the previous week. That's really the best way to look at it. Don't focus on looking at what you did the previous day before, because that does not take into account of what you're going to get paid. Now, if you started, say you only working Saturdays and Sundays, then you really want to wait till Mondays until you determine what you're going to get paid by. That's the best way to gauge it. You would never see your pay with Instacart on a daily basis. You just won't see it. You just have to keep track of how many deliveries did I do, and how many batches, you know, how many batches did you take and how many did you do. But in regards to pay wise, you're gonna have to wait until tomorrow for your overall pay. That's the way that I have to explain it. So okay, let me go ahead and get this order. Hey Kevin. I'm doing Grubhub, so my block is over at 8 o'clock. But I have 2 orders to pick up, and I know usually it's not far. All right, I have 2 orders. Hold on a second.